with it. It's your boy, Simon Phoenix. This is Shots Fired. What up, what up, what up? So as we slide into another fun-filled, action-packed Sunday night rant, and you should already know your boy is hyped up. I'm feeling good tonight. So as we get off into it, the first thing I've seen on the docket, Rick James got a documentary, right? So I checked out the documentary. Nothing really new here. But I did find some things to be funny. Shout out to Willie D. He pointed out something that I did too think was funny, and that is that Rick James did not like rappers. He did not want them to sample his material. And so everyone knows that MC Hammer most famous for a sample that he got from Rick James was basically had a little beef. And the beef basically came from the fact that Rick James was like, I don't want nobody touching my shit. You can't touch this, pun intended. But when his people told him in his ear, hey, Rick was like, what? Oh, no, he good, dog. He straight. And me and you know that the real reason that happened was because Rick James heard them numbers that MC Hammer was doing. Now you got to remember, this is probably MC Hammer's biggest hit. And you're getting a cut of every time somebody wants to use it for something. So all the commercials, anytime that was played at athletic events, all of that, Rick James was getting a cut. He was getting a piece. So when they told him them numbers, he was like, oh yeah, run them ducats. Give me the cash. I need the money. Most definitely. And I can't blame him for that. Now, Willie D says he took it personal that our boy Rick wasn't really a fan of rappers. For me, it just makes me think about his time and what he did musically. So if you're a guy who writes, arranges, plays several instruments, if you Rick James, you probably looked at rappers like, you ain't doing nothing. Until he probably got to be around some rappers, got to experience what they do, how the process really works. So for me, I'm like, you could tell he changed his opinion later in life, but I could totally understand why. But yeah, man, somebody whispered in his ear that money he was about to get. Rick was like, nah, man, it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. You could touch that. You could touch all on it if you want to. Go ahead. Go ahead, baby. Touch it. Definitely. So, but as the documentary as a whole, I thought it was great. Like, it was super interesting. He's funny. And like the crazy left field rock star life stupid shit that Rick found himself doing or getting caught in, I could totally understand why. Because of the time, how drugs were looked at, how many people were going to kiss your ass because you Rick James. I could see it's easy for you to fall down that rabbit hole. Easy. So a lot of that I wasn't really shocked by, but it was very, very interesting to see him give his breakdown of how things was, what he went through, and what his thinking was. But all in all, I enjoyed it. So next thing on the docket is I got an email. The email was asking me about what is my opinion of the difference between a person saying they podcast and a person who has a YouTube show. Is there a difference? Can you explain? Okay, so Now, if you are going by the technical breakdown of what podcasting is, what podcasting is and what I'm doing here is I'm a person who is recording audio to be uploaded for you to listen as a show that's like a radio show where you just listen to what the people are talking about. That is the whole concept of the show. Now, there's a lot of people who started like I have, recording audio, and people just were videotaping for the fun of it. So then those videos became uploaded to YouTube, and then other people started to peep game and then record everything in one whop. So they would have the audio that they could put on for podcasting sites, and that would go to all of your streaming sites in the world, whether you're talking about Spotify, iTunes, the new iPodcast, whether you're talking about Google Podcasts, so on and so forth. That is one thing. But when you do video is pretty much just going to YouTube, maybe your Patreon. People probably would be more willing to use something like OnlyFans, but you already know what people think when you tell them you got an OnlyFans. So just remember, I told you. I don't want you to be mad because you was like, man, I started me a podcast, then I put it on OnlyFans. People kept asking me why I ain't showing nothing. I'm like, I tried to warn you, bro, before you did it. You should have been watching the news. They just went through a whole thing with sex workers, and they was about to put them off the platform, and then they came back and said, know what? We make too much money with y'all. Y'all can stay. Everybody was like, oh my goodness, really? Did you guys really do that? And it was like, yeah, we really did it. We did. We about to ride all the way out. And a lot of the people in society was so happy with that. So happy. It may have gotten cheers from all the people who was like, hey man, I like showing my ass and getting money. So now you put your podcast over there and they ask you to get naked. Don't be mad at me. Not my fault. Y'all gotta excuse me. I got problems. Anyway, that's how you really view it though. Like back to being serious. Like podcasting is more the audio side of it. YouTube is a video side of it. But you have people that use YouTube where they're not going to show themselves. So they're still doing the podcasting part. They're recording audio and then they're putting up basically a slideshow, and their audio is playing with the slideshow going, which a lot of people find that to be interesting as well. So you could do either or, and then you could be broke like me and be like, yo, I got a YouTube, and you can look at the picture. It ain't gonna move. My bad. Y'all gotta wait until I finish getting the setup together. Then you can look at this lovely face. But in reality, though, that's what they are. That podcasting is more of a radio-esque type thing, whereas YouTube is more like TV. So I always tell people, when people just have a YouTube show and they be like, I'll be podcasting. No, bro, you got a YouTube show. Tell people you got a YouTube show. Because when you tell them you're podcasting, then they're going to look on other places to listen to you. Because if you're a podcaster, you can be heard everywhere there is streaming audio for the most part. When you are on YouTube, you just on YouTube. So now you're a YouTuber. Be a YouTuber. Go hard at being a YouTuber. That to me is the unique difference in it. That YouTube is its own thing. And you saying you have a podcast is cheating you out of people who really just be on YouTube like that. Because if they're not and they try to find you somewhere else, they're going to be pissed off because you're only on YouTube. I hope that answers the question. So what else we got? What else we got on the docket? What else we got? I think we got time for one more before we go into our commercial break. Oh man. So normally I don't get off into sports too much, but I found this to be interesting to discuss from this point of view. So it has been speculation that if you don't know, let's start there. If you don't know, Cam Newton doesn't have a job anymore. Let's start there. That's who we're talking about, is Mr. Cam Newton. Now, when you look at who Cam Newton is, he's won at every level there is to win at, and he's been to the Super Bowl as a pro quarterback. And Cam Newton recently was fired, and under the speculation that Cam was like, I'm not getting no COVID shot. Now, the reason why I find this one to be interesting is because if that's the truth, the secondary part of this information is what makes it strange for smart people, or at least those who paid attention when they're in 7th grade. So here's what I mean by all of that, right? That Cam Newton could possibly have been fired based on the fact that he didn't want to take the COVID shot. Now, that might kind of work if we were talking about a guy who had not had it. Keywords in this conversation is he's had it. That the idea that you want to force a shot that you told me I still can get COVID even if I'm fully inoculated. I hope I said that word right. You said that to me as the person who's supposed to take it. Hey, you still can get COVID. If you don't believe me, go talk to Jesse Jackson. So if you've already had it, what we learned in biology when we were kids was when you get the common cold, you never get the same variant of the common cold because your body has done what? Has built up immunity to that. So that's why they say you constantly getting a cold, because the cold is constantly changing. So then for the people who said, well, because they're going to bring in, well, there's the Delta variant, but they've already told us that this might not cover that. So that variable is out the window. So again, why would you force someone to take something that is supposed to help build their immunity against something they'd already had, so their body's already built the immunity? What are we doing? Are you that frightened and scared, or is something else at play? I'm just curious, because that seems a little weird. That seems a little out of the box, right? And anytime you have something that seems out of the box from information that you learned and the information that they're telling you, but the actions don't match up, then something out of whack, something out of play, something bold business. And that's where we are now, at least from this story. Because there's really no real reason why someone should tell somebody who've already had COVID, go get the shot. If they're telling you we want you to take the shot based on the fact it will help build immunity, and we believe that it's going to lessen the effects of COVID on your body. Not that if you take the shot, you will not get COVID. You will not be able to give COVID to others. See, it's in the details, in the fine print. This is why getting the shot doesn't really work for some people. Because what you're telling Cam Newton is, go get a shot. You can still get COVID, Jesse Jackson. Give it to your teammates, and they get sick. So if you are him and you like, man, look, I done already had it. I'm not taking a shot. My body already done built up immunity to it. I'm good. And you can't prove otherwise. You can't go against the science and then tell us, well, that's not what happened. That's not what's going on. I'm just saying, it seems a little fishy. It seems a little strange. That's all I'm saying. It just seems a little strange. It just make my antennas go up. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm just saying it's just making my antenna go up. as soon as I heard that he got fired and I heard the chatter about him not taking a shot, and if he went to CVS and got the shot, he could get his job back. And I'm like, didn't he already have COVID? Why would he be going to get the shot? He's already had it. If it didn't kill him the first time, okay. It's like most things you get. If it didn't kill you the first time, it's probably not going to kill you the second time. So what we doing? You just going to force that shot on that man? I'm just saying. How about we slide up out of here real quick and go to a commercial break, and then we'll be right back. Johnny Ray Ray's security team. That's right. The legendary Johnny Ray Ray security team has a service or a plan for you, for your home, for your business, for your auto or boats. That's right. You can get a one-on-one personal security officer to take care of everything you need to protect you from any and all threats. If you need more, we can bring and provide a team of well-trained superstars made by Johnny Ray Ray himself. And don't forget our special deal. Right now, you can get our baby mama protection plan. This includes protection from your home, protection for your business, and protection for your personal well-being. Johnny Ray Ray security team. Better be protected.
Yeah, you know what it is. Shots Fired podcast popping.
Stock the bar vodka made right here in Michigan. Distilled from Michigan red winter wheat. The red winter wheat provides this drink with one of the smoothest flavors known to man. Stock the bar vodka, premium quality. Our motto is smooth taste with a purpose. And now, the official sponsor of Shots Fired podcast. Stock the bar vodka. Pour up a glass. Drink with a purpose.
Brought to you by Mind Bender Incorporated in association with Ashy Radio.
Welcome back to Shots Fired with Simon Phoenix.
And the last thing that I wanted to go off on, and yes, I'm going to go off. I'm telling you now so you would know. And I try really hard not to get political on this show. I try not to involve myself in any of that. I'll let y'all make y'all own decisions. That's not my job to try to sway you politically. That being said, what in the hell is going on with y'all boy Joe Biden? Can somebody tell me what he doing? So you decide to withdraw troops. I get it. You said you was tired. They had long enough. 20 years is well more than long enough. Basically an occupation. Cool, we get that. But it's how you went about it. Now, being former military personnel, I'm confused at this. That you have taxpayers pay an absorbent amount of money to make sure that the United States military is some of the finest trained and well-armed individuals in the world. And you spent 20 years of taxpayer bread to have us occupy a space. And during that time, we had accumulated large arms in that area to arm our troops. And you, Mr. Biden, in your lack of wisdom, decided to pull out and leave all types of shit. I didn't even want to look up the numbers because mathematically, if I said them out loud, it would be mind-boggling. But let's just say, for the sake of our argument, make sure I get that all the way out. For the sake of the argument, hey, I could understand you saying, hey man, messed around and we left a box of pistols and man, we left a couple rockets. I can see that. I can't see you telling me you left whole choppers, whole Humvees, whole automatic weapons, whole semi-automatic weapons. You left hundreds of thousands. What in the hell are you doing? And this is just on the face of, like, I'm not even going to accuse you of some other shit because I don't want them knocking at my door. But I'm just saying, don't it seem strange to y'all too? How is it that the most powerful country in the world could not orchestrate moving their troops out of a space that they control without leaving anything? I'm just saying. How you couldn't do that? But apparently you can't. When there's hundreds of thousands of weapons left by the United States government, the breakdown is you left millions of dollars on the floor over there for no reason. None. There's no reason I can think of that you, as the United States government, the head guy in charge, you could not come up with a plan to execute getting everything that we brung over there back. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. It does not compute for me in any shape, form, or fashion. It is 100% mind-boggling. It is the kind of thing that would make the average person head hurt. I just don't get it. I don't. And I don't see anyone having any answers for this. I think this is going to be one of those situations where they sweep it under the rug. But in all actuality, you pulled out the troops and armed the Taliban. We already got reports on the news that the Taliban has basically put out on their Twitter account. That in itself should just have your head hurt. They put on their Twitter account, hey, everybody that's got guns, turn them in a week. If you ain't us, turn them in. You don't need a gun. Huh? Y'all some mass crazy killers over there, and you gonna tell me I don't need my gun and I need to turn it in? Oh, nah, bro. You got me all the way fucked up. All the way fucked up. I'm not turning in shit. They gotta pop me. I'm just telling you. If I was living over there, oh, bro, you got to disarm me, Playboy. I'm not giving you my gun. Y'all batshit crazy. Real talk. Batshit crazy. No. So I'm trying to figure out, how did you botch this? That's what I want to know. Because if not, this seems like a dirtbag play. This seems like somebody's dirtbag plan. This seems like that shit you read about in an action movie, and then next thing you know, you see the super team go over there and blow up half the place because somebody messed around and left too many weapons for the crazy people to get a hold of, so they got to go and dispose of it. I just don't get it. I can't wrap my mind around it. It is baffling to me. And I'm shocked that more people aren't talking about it. You know, I'm shocked that that's not the conversation of the day. But I guess, you know, when you got an overflow of information, it's easy to shoot the important shit at us in the stream of stupid shit. So, you know, we get a bunch of dumb shit. One important thing, we're going to pay attention to all the dumb shit. That's easy. So, you know, all I'm going to say is keep one eye open out here. Out here. Please keep one eye open out here. Anyway, let me slide up out of here. I have been your boy, Simon Phoenix. This has been
Shots fired! And if you like what you're listening to, then we suggest that you like,
subscribe, and share. Sounds like, trying to get my announcer voice on. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night. Take care of yourselves. I'll holla.